KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
When you're injured in a car wreck, you need razor-sharp claws and 1,000 pounds of legal muscle on your side. You need LawBear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com. That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
If you're a pro, you know you need paint and primer fast. And the Home Depot has you covered with same-day or next-day deliveries so you can stay on site and on schedule. Get high-quality Behr paints and Kills primers delivered right to your job site. And with the Home Depot app, reordering is faster than ever. Just pick your paint, track your order, and get your go-to color in no time. No delays, no extra trips, just the paint and primer you need when you need it. The Home Depot. How pros get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
Been crazy busy these days? Sounds like you could use a little we time. That means playtime at the AAA 4-Diamond Wekopa Casino Resort. Game time with more than 900 slots plus table games. Maybe a tea time on one of 2 nationally ranked courses. And definitely some hang time at WKP Sportsbook, the largest sportsbook in the state. Wekopa Casino Resort. It's we time.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
In Arizona, we expect big things. The Grand Canyon, wide open skies. And now there's Jumbo Buck Scratchers from the Arizona Lottery. They're bigger than big. They're jumbo. They've got jumbo prizes up to $1 million, jumbo bonus multipliers, and a jumbo promotion with $2 million in Players Club prizes with a grand prize of $1 million. So go for big, go for jumbo, and play Jumbo Buck Scratchers today. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by LawBear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
It's the lunch break.
Oh, what a difference a day can make. Welcome in. It is the Tuesday edition, the lunch break, right here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app, and you can watch us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Chris Schubert, producer Evan is over there on the other side of the glass. Good to see you, producer Evan. And we jump right into it here today on the show. Yesterday, very disappointing discussing the Arizona Diamondbacks. 24 hours later, a much different vibe. The name of the game last night for the Diamondbacks, pitching and power.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
You had a full day's worth of talking points yesterday in the lead up to the Diamondbacks starting their 4-game series with the Dodgers. Getting swept in Seattle. The overall state of the team when they face opponents that are 500 or better. It's the team that everybody loves to beat. Everybody loves to hate, the Dodgers. And you had a season's worth of talking points yesterday in the lead up to the opener of that series. And what is always, it always has been, it always will be the great equalizer in baseball. It is the thing that can keep you competitive against a team that perhaps you have no business being competitive against. It is the great equalizer when you're going through a tough stretch, a rough patch. Pitching is the thing that normally gets you out of it. Pitching is normally the thing that allows you to punch above your weight. And last night, it was pitching that allowed the Diamondbacks to take the opener of this series from the Dodgers, to snap their 3-game losing streak, and to land an opening round blow in this 4-game series with the Dodgers.
Nice job.
Thank you, past producer Evan. You're going to notice here today on the show, we've got some new drops that we're debuting. We put a new system in place between yesterday and today to have some quicker turnarounds on some of the silly stuff that we said. It's funny that you had that ready to go because I also had it ready to go. But I'll play the one that I was going to play because yesterday, this is how we felt. Just utterly disappointing. That's how it felt yesterday, talking about the Arizona Diamondbacks. It felt like what was that 11-2 stretch good for if you're just going to completely unravel the way they did over the weekend? But after last night,
nice job.
And you know how they got it done on offense?
Bang, bang, bang.
All home runs. Scored all of their runs via the long ball, none more important than the Ketel Marte 2-run shot to give them the insurance in the 8th inning. And somebody's going to have to explain to me why 2 different managers within the span of about a week decided to allow Ketel Marte to hit from the right side when statistically that is his better side. 2 managers. Now, in the case of Tony Vitello in San Francisco, you think to yourself, it's a rookie manager. He's kind of giving off some signs that maybe he's not really up to that job. But the manager last night, Dave Roberts, he's won a couple championships. He's viewed as one of the best managers in baseball, and yet he left a lefty in the game to face Ketel Marte last night. And just so you have the numbers, Ketel Marte, a 140 WRC plus in his career when he faces lefties, a 112 WRC plus when he faces righties. He's a good hitter. Maybe the breaking news sounder for this. Ketel Marte, good hitter no matter who he faces, but in his career, he's been better against lefties. He's had more power against lefties. The Dodgers decided to play that matchup last night. Ketel Marte made them rue that decision with the 2 big insurance runs in the 8th inning with that home run. Also, shout out to Tommy Troy, first big league home run, but also lays down a pretty savvy bunt there.
How about that? In back-to-back at-bats, hits one, a rocket out to left center.
I don't know how he hit the ball because he couldn't see.
And then, because the helmet came off.
The helmet came off. I don't know
and
how
then
he
lays down a bunt, single, in his next at-bat. I want to go back to what you said, pitching as the great equalizer. You can play with any team in pitching. I did this last night after the game. Erod this year has pitched against the Dodgers twice, the Atlanta Braves, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
So
that's 5 teams, 5 starts against teams over 500.
So picking the best of the best that Erod has faced this season.
Let's go through it. That first start in LA, he gets the 5 innings pitch. He does not give up a run. He gives up 4 hits, only the 5 innings, but doesn't give up a run. In start number 2, that is the 7 innings, no runs versus Atlanta at home. The 2 best offenses in all of baseball he saw in game 1 and game 2 of his season, 12 innings, no runs, 8 hits. Then at the end of April, he faces Milwaukee. This was his only rough start against those teams, and it's not that rough. 4 2/3 would have liked more length, but 5 hits, 2 earned runs. May 5th against Pittsburgh, 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs. Last night against the Dodgers, because in the rest of May, he didn't see anybody above 500. Last night against the Dodgers, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. We are talking about a guy this year who in his starts against the Dodgers twice, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, and Milwaukee has given up a total of 3 earned runs.
Well, how about this? 2 starts against the Dodgers, 1 earned run allowed.
Correct.
Against a team that is threatening to three-peat, against a team that is the boogeyman to everybody else in baseball, including the owners, apparently.
The great equalizer
is pitching.
If
you get the quality of pitching, the way the Diamondbacks have here as of late, the Seattle series notwithstanding, since the now very spoken about meeting in Chicago, the pitching has been excellent for this team. Erod is the number one he would be if you didn't have Paul Skeens and Christopher Sanchez and Jacob Mizorowski. I think Erod would be a dark horse to win the Cy Young. It's impossible with just how good the pitching.
He's a 2.24 ERA. Now, with that being said, you said it. I mean, Jacob Mizorowski and Christopher Sanchez had 2 of the best months in May I had ever seen from a pitcher.
Yeah, those 2
and
are
they had it
running
in
away.
the same month. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they are running away with 1-2 in the Cy Young race. But he would be, in any normal year, a Cy Young candidate. And you don't need the numbers that producer Evan gave you just in those starts against teams above 500. Just in general, he's having a career year. How about the fastball velo last night up for Eduardo Rodriguez? It is and always will be. This game, we can talk about launch angle, and we can talk about exit velo, and we can talk about all the advanced numbers that we have and that we talk about on this show.
I'm a huge nerd.
At the end of the day, this game always will be defined by who has the better pitching. And if you have good pitching, you always have a chance. And the Diamondbacks last night didn't just get good pitching. They got great pitching from their best starter, and you saw the results. It allowed them to hang with the Los Angeles Dodgers, to beat them in the opener of this series, to land that first punch. And you forget that they just got swept over the weekend against Seattle just because of who they beat last night in the Dodgers was exactly what the team needed.
Exactly what the team needed. And it just, all of those concerns coming into last night immediately kind of get stepped on when you beat a team like the Dodgers and you do it at home and you do it coming off of a 3-game losing streak. Listen, we knew the Diamondbacks are going to come in upset. They're going to come in angry after getting swept. It may be for them the time to answer the call. And they did it. There was 2 ways yesterday could have gone. They could have come in upset and got a win, or let this thing start to snowball after an Erod start. And there was some concern for me as it got later and later in that game last night. He had only given up the 1 run, and you didn't feel like you were going to score.
Right. And again, the Diamondbacks, their runs last night all off of the long ball. It was Tommy Troy. It was Nolan Arenado. It was Ketel Marte that scored the 4 Diamondbacks runs via the long ball. And we're going to talk about this a little later on in the program. Man, what a year Nolan Arenado is having for this baseball team. I mean, he is right now an unsung hero for this offense. When Marte struggled to start the year, Perdomo's been going through his struggles all year. Carlos Santana goes down with an injury. Jordan Lawler gets hurt early in the year. You're looking around searching for offense, and you found it in a very unlikely place in Nolan Arenado kind of having a throwback caliber season and providing the pop that this team so desperately needs. And I just think the other part that makes last night, I think, so important is the narratives were starting to form yesterday. I said it, that there was a season's worth of talking points in the lead up to that game, right? Oh, they can't beat anybody over 500. They got swept by Seattle. This is what happens when you don't play the Giants and the Rockies. You can't compete with the Dodgers. You're going to get swept in this series, right? All of that was building from basically since the team got back from Seattle all the way up until first pitch last night. I mean, it was there was noise growing all throughout the day yesterday. And so they clearly heard that. They were asked about it. I mean, I listened to a Torey Lovello radio interview where he was asked about how they haven't been able to compete against teams that are above 500. And so it is a narrative that has permeated into that room. They clearly know what is being said about them as a team. And so to respond the way that they did last night, to do it in the way that they did, because I'll tell you what, that's repeatable. Getting good starting pitching is repeatable for this team. The month of May was relatively a good month for them for the starters. They can hit for power. Ketel Marte has turned back into an MVP candidate. Nolan Arenado, we've seen enough baseball this season to think that this might stick around for a little bit. Tommy Troy, Ryan Waldschmidt, they've provided the youth. It was Troy last night. It's been Waldschmidt at times this year. You feel like those guys have staying power as well. And, oh, by the way, you got Pavin Smith back yesterday. The first of what I think is going to be a bunch of tough decisions that this team's going to have to make here in the coming days and weeks. We're going to touch on that today as well, because Pavin Smith coming back, Tim Towel being sent down is the first of what's going to be a couple of different roster moves that this team's going to have to make. And dare I say, we are going to have some of those tough conversations for Torey Lovello in the front office. Some really tough conversations that need to be had about what is
good conversations.
Of course, good problems to have. But what is the best 26-man roster that we can put out there every single day to give us a chance to do what we did last night against the Dodgers? So it's great. It was a great response, great moments, the drama. Ketel Marte with the big home run. Tommy Troy hits his first big league homer, loses his helmet. He said after the game he's going to work on that. I mean, we just got to have a different helmet.
Yeah, no, I got to tell you, in Major League Baseball, these helmets come off way too easy. Period.
Well, you know what I think of this year in particular when I think of a helmet falling off?
Is the Corbin Carroll sliding into third?
The Corbin Carroll getting smacked in the back of the head with a baseball because he loses his helmet and then is running home holding the back of his head. That's what I think of. It's not just a Tommy Troy thing. It's kind of a team-wide thing.
It feels like a league-wide thing.
That's fair. We got to work on those helmets. But a good win last night and a chance to at least guarantee a series split here in the second game of this series tonight. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel where you can join us and watch the live stream over there. When we come back, I'm not saying they're going to trade him, but if they did, what would it even look like? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Hey, it's Audrey from the David Mahoney Show, and I want you to make sure that you're not letting gas prices stop you from having a clean and healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfort affordable with powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Vacuuming is not sufficient to maintain the cleanliness and lifespan of your carpet, period. Full stop, especially if you've got a bunch of kids and a bunch of pets, and if you are a shoe wearer in the house. Listen, I'm not judging, but especially if you are a shoe wearer, do not leave deep cleaning to yourself with DIY dirt-attracting, carpet-soaking machines. No picking up equipment from the store and returning it back later. With DIY machines, there is no possible way to extract all that dirty water out of the carpet, and it gets stuck in the mats underneath your carpet, and it makes it even smell worse, honestly. Zero Res uses their platinum-rated cleaning system that safely and effectively removes all of the deeply embedded nasty dirt, dander, and bacteria. And they have big summer savings for 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $129 and $499 per system for air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResPhoenix.com or call 480-507-2419 and ask for the KDUS special.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. September 15th, Mortgage Matchup Center. The lights go down one final time. Tickets are on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Yes, I'm a fan of keeping mornings simple, a fan of cheap breakfast, a fan of starting the day right. And that's why I'm a fan of McDonald's, because I can grab a sausage McMuffin for $1.50. Plus, they have plenty of other goodies in the under $3 menu, like a sausage biscuit, sausage burrito, hash browns, premium roast coffee, iced coffee, or any medium soft drink. With breakfast this good, you're sure to become a fan of McDonald's too. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Jim Rome here through Rome Report. I don't want to overstate this, but A national crisis has been averted. The OKC Thunder are not going to defend their crown after crashing out in Game 7 of the conference finals at home against the Spurs. The Thunder truly are something, a group of individuals that really aren't unlikable, but a team that seemingly no one outside of OKC ever wants to see ever again. So we get the finals that everybody else in the world wanted, Spurs v. Knicks. San Antonio arriving way ahead of schedule with the future face of the league. No, the current face of the league in Wemby, and going up against a Knicks team that's on an all-time heater and looking for their first title in more than 5 decades, and led by a dude in Jalen Brunson who, never mind ending up on their Mount Rushmore, could get his own freaking mountain altogether if he and they can somehow pull this off. Absolutely love this matchup. Too soon for my prediction, but you know it's coming soon. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. Save money on your next oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic or high mileage motor oil for just $35.95. Power your drive with Mobil 1. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Green flag goes in the air.
Returns to the Irish Hills of Michigan.
Joey Logano has. He spun, he slapped the wall, and this was part of the gamble. Caution flag is out.
Where the Heritage Trophy is once again on the line.
Drift wide in the apex. Here he comes off turn number 4. He'll rocket off the corner to the start-finish line.
It's the Firekeepers Casino 400.
This Sunday at 11 a.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
I'm not saying that we're there yet, because we still have time for this to get resolved. And I do think that right now, I would say it's more likely than not that the holdout between Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals gets resolved to the point where Jacoby Brissett is the Cardinals' QB1 for 2026. That is still where I sit here today. And I will tell you, one of the main reasons why I still sit there today, and not just because we're still in the voluntary portion of stuff. The mandatory stuff begins on Monday. Mandatory camp is beginning of next week. That's where it starts to get a little bit more real. I'm not even pointing to the voluntary versus mandatory thing. I was thinking about this after the show yesterday. If the two sides can't come to terms on a deal, what's the most likely way that a breakup occurs? What's the most likely path for these two sides to go their separate ways? It's a trade, right? I don't think the Cardinals will just outright release Jacoby Brissett. They will attempt to get something of value for him. They will attempt to trade him before outright cutting him. That feels like the last thing that they would want to do, is to just cut a guy, eat the cap hit, whatever it may end up being, and not get anything for him. Okay, let's do this thought exercise. Who's looking for a quarterback here in June? It's certainly not anybody looking for a starting quarterback here in June. And we know Jacoby Brissett wants to be paid like a starter because he's the starter of this team. If he gets traded somewhere to be a backup, will his holdout end and he will just continue on being a backup? Probably. But okay, let's look at the teams. Now, this may be a little laborious, so just bear with me here for a second. These are the backup quarterbacks. Producer Evan, I just want a simple yes or no. Jacoby Brissett would be an upgrade to the backup quarterback that team has. And then we'll go back and we'll see whether or not it makes sense. Just a simple yes, Jacoby Brissett is. No, Jacoby Brissett is not a immediate upgrade to the backup quarterback. The Buffalo Bills and Kyle Allen.
Yes.
The Miami Dolphins with Quinn Ewers.
Yes.
The New York Jets with Cade Klubnik.
Yes.
The New England Patriots with Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the entire AFC East. We go to the North. Tyler Huntley in Baltimore.
No.
Joe Flacco in Cincinnati. Don't you dare.
No.
Shador Sanders / Dylan Gabriel / Deshaun Watson, because I don't know who the starter is going to be. All right, we'll put Cleveland down. Mason Rudolph / Will Howard in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Davis Mills in Houston.
No.
That's the right answer. No is the right answer. Davis Mills is actually a decent backup quarterback. Yeah. Anthony Richardson, who may or may not be there.
Yes.
Jacksonville, Nick Mullins.
Yes.
Mitch Trubisky in Tennessee.
No.
Jared Stidham in Denver.
Yes. Stidham looked bad.
Justin Fields in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the Raiders on this list, but Fernando Mendoza is technically the backup, but it's going to be Kirk Cousins, so I think we just move on. Trey Lance in...
Yes.
Got a lot of teams on this list. Sam Howell in Dallas.
Yes.
Yes, he would be better.
Brissett would be better.
Yes. Jameis Winston in New York.
No.
Tanner McKee in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you just haven't seen Tanner play enough.
Okay, I would have put him on the no list.
You really? All right, then honestly, I thought you were going to call me a homer,
No,
so let's go with no.
I like Tanner McKee a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Marcus Mariota in Washington.
I'll take Mariota.
As would I.
Yeah.
Tyson Bagent in Chicago.
Give me Bagent.
I agree with that. Teddy Bridgewater in Detroit.
Give me Brissett.
So we got Detroit on the list. Tyrod Taylor in Green Bay.
Give me Tyrod.
J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz, Kyler Murray in Minnesota.
Give me that room.
Yeah, I would agree. Michael Penix Jr. or Tua.
Give me those guys.
Kenny Pickett in Carolina.
Give me Jacoby.
So Carolina goes on the list. Spencer Rattler. Oh, you're moving the microphone. That's how I know I've got you stumped.
This one is interesting.
I think I would go Rattler. It's close, though. I think I would go with the upside of Rattler.
It's going to be close,
right,
Jim.
I'll put him down. New Orleans down on the list. Jake Browning in Tampa Bay.
He stinks.
So Tampa
Give me
Bay.
Brissett.
Okay, and then we'll go within the division. Ty Simpson.
I'd take Ty Simpson.
Mac Jones.
I'll take Mac Jones.
Drew Lock. I would take Drew Lock.
I think I'll take Lock as well.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, half the league. You said Jacoby Brissett would be
their backup.
A better backup. Now,
and I think that's fair. I think that's where he says, if you asked me where Jacoby Brissett was on the grand scheme of quarterbacks, I would tell you in the mid-40s.
And so you have him at 30, 48. You have
48.
You have him at 48.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Now, not all 16 of those teams would make a trade for him, right? Like Miami, I don't think would trade for Jacoby Brissett.
Miami, no.
I think they like that Quinn Ewers is their backup so that he can
and
get
like the
playing
Jets,
time.
like they want to see what Cade Klubnik can go out there and do, right? They're not going to make that move.
I think Kansas City traded for Justin Fields for a very specific reason.
Yeah, you can run different packages with him. If they need him, they can do something different, throw you a little bit of a change up. Yeah, I agree.
So it's not like all 16 of these teams would be in the mix for Jacoby
Correct.
Brissett. I think if we actually went through each situation, it would boil down to about 8 or 10 teams. So you have the whole league. Now it's down to half that we think where Jacoby Brissett would be an upgrade. And then from there, depending on the situation, we're probably talking about 8 teams at most that would seriously entertain this. How quickly does a trade like that
Who is the
materialize?
backup in Buffalo?
The backup in Buffalo is Kyle Allen. I think they like Kyle Allen because he would run the offense pretty similarly. You'd have to change up your whole offense. I mean, it doesn't matter who your backup is.
Yeah.
You have to change up your offense. But I think Josh Allen to Jacoby Brissett are 2 very different offensive schemes.
No, I agree.
And that's the other part of it, too. Most times, a team's backup, while on paper, looks a little weird. It's because they have a similar skill set. They're not the same player talent-wise, but they have a similar skill set to the starter so that it's an easy transition to we don't have to completely reinvent our offense.
The old
on
Tyler
the fly.
Huntley in Baltimore.
Right. Yeah. Tyler Huntley can step in and you can call the same plays.
Yes.
They're not going to be executed to the same level because Lamar Jackson is an MVP candidate, but you can run the same stuff.
Yes.
So that's why this comes down to it's just a couple of teams. And what are teams going to give up for a backup quarterback this late in the process?
You would need a team like.
I'll tell you what you need.
You need a quarterback to get hurt.
That you
Do you
need
remember
the
in
Teddy Bridgewater?
You remember in you need
That's
read my
what you
mind.
need.
You need the Teddy Bridgewater, blow up of the knee.
Yep.
And they had to trade for Sam Bradford.
Right. You need a team that has an injury that, and I'm not rooting for injuries, but that's the type of situation that would create a robust market for a Jacoby Brissett trade. And so I say all of this out loud to say to myself, if I'm the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett wants to hold out, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Like,
Where are you going to go?
I'll give reps to Gardner Minshew. I'll give reps to Carson Beck. You're not costing me a ton of money. It maxes out at $5 million. So I'd rather just have you sit on the sidelines and maybe hope that an opportunity opens up for a team that wants to upgrade their backup quarterback or an injury happens and all of a sudden I can get more than – I'm not going to rush to make a trade.
No, not at all.
I would rather just hold on to Jacoby Brissett, let him hold out, not give him – if you've decided you don't want to give him a new deal, I would rather just let him hold out and see if a situation arises where I can get more than maybe I think I could right now. There is no inherent risk to the Cardinals if they've decided we aren't going to pay Jacoby Brissett. If they've made that decision, there is no risk in them waiting the whole process out. There isn't.
No.
They've got 2 quarterbacks on the roster. I think they would be comfortable rolling into the year with Gardner Minshew and Carson Beck as 1-2 in some order.
I agree.
They can roll out there week 1 of the regular season with that as their QB because the QB room isn't that much better.
With Brissett in it. And what are you going to get? If you trade Brissett, what are you going to get? A 7th?
You're going to get a conditional 6th or 7th round pick. You're not getting a whole lot. That's what I'm saying. What would a trade even look like? It doesn't look like much of anything. It looks like just getting rid of a problem.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. We'll trade you.
Correct. That's all it would be.
If he is away from the team, how much of a problem is it? Other than the media questions that get asked every day. Other than that, you've got Carson Beck, you've got Gardner Minshew. You sit back, you wait, you see what happens. Maybe somebody gets hurt somewhere. Maybe somebody decides last minute they want to upgrade their quarterback room, and they call you and make a trade. Again, you're not hoping that somebody gets hurt, but if somebody does get hurt around the league, you are primed
to
kind of cash in with somebody who teams may run to and say, oh, actually, Jacoby Brissett would be a decent bridge starter for us. So the advantage, I think, the leverage, that's the word I was searching for. The leverage, I think, exists for the Cardinals more than it does for Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I agree.
The Cardinals can just sit back and wait this out.
I wholeheartedly.
Jacoby Brissett, I don't think he
doesn't have that option.
Can I tell you, that's why I kind of think he's just going to show up next week.
I do too.
And that's why I'm not like, I still think as we sit here today, he's QB1, and this is all just sports radio fodder for a couple of weeks for us.
Yes.
And we look back and we kind of laugh and we're like, that was funny. Remember when we thought Jacoby Brissett wasn't going to be the week 1 starter? Now, A lot can change between now and the beginning of next week.
100%.
But
the whole conversation could change around.
We'll know next week if and when he shows up. If he doesn't show up, then okay, we've entered the next stage, the next phase. If he shows up, then I think we all just kind of move on. 480-864-1060. That is the phone number if you want to get involved here today on the show. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, yesterday, it was the first of what is going to become a long list of decisions for the Diamondbacks. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Myles Garrett getting traded. It certainly felt like there was something. A guy who said he wanted out, then you paid him to stay, then he restructures his deal. The new coach comes in, hasn't met with Myles Garrett, and then all of a sudden he gets traded. I give the Rams credit, and I still would have been all in on a wide receiver, skill position player, because if you're all in to get Myles Garrett, be all in to get another weapon here.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, everybody. Jay Leno here. You know, I love doing live stand-up comedy. No politics, no lectures. I'm not giving you my opinion on every issue of the day. Just nothing but jokes. So come by, check it out, and we'll have a lot of fun. Oh, it's clean, too.
Jay Leno live on stage. Friday, November 27th, Salt River Grand Ballroom at Talking Stick Resort. Tickets are on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com.
Come on by. Check out the show.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
AAA membership travels with you in any car, whether driver or passenger. It's 24/7 expert help with towing, battery, and branch services across the valley. Join AAA for less than $6 a month and add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to AmericaFirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
It was before the game yesterday. The Diamondbacks made the roster move official. It was actually a series of moves. They transferred Carlos Santana to the 60-day IL. They activated Pavin Smith from the 60-day IL. And then they optioned Tim Tawa to the minor leagues, all part of freeing up a 40-man spot and then also freeing up a 26-man roster spot to pave the way. You see what I did there? Pave the way for Pavin Smith to be back on the Diamondbacks.
I love that.
Just utterly disappointing.
Nice job.
You can tell we've got some new drops that we're excited about. I found two. There was one that we put in there specifically today, and then there was one that producer Corey, who took on this project for us, he found one that he put in there that I'm saving. I don't want to use it right now. I'm saving for the perfect moment where somebody just bothers me to the point where I fire it off. But we found one today that I can't wait to use for the first time. And no, it's not this one. He took a potty break in a weird spot. It's not that one.
The funny thing is about the drops is I would say we were a little all over the place with the drops.
We've refined our process a little.
We have refined our, because we had drops that only you had.
Right. I like this one. Wrong. I couldn't play that one.
And
before.
now you couldn't play that one. And then you had drops that only I had. So now we have all of them.
Everything's now in a refined place for us to be able to poke fun when I have a pun like pave the way for Pavin Smith. We went bust up. Yeah. And well, I gave it a shot. You know? What if we just took a shot? I did. It didn't go well, but I took a shot. I don't like the play. Okay. I got it. I didn't like it either. So Pavin Smith back. And that is the first of what's going to be a couple of interesting roster moves that the Diamondbacks are going to have to make here over the coming days. And Torey Lovullo is very aware of this. He said he spent an hour with the front office yesterday, kind of going over what they were going to do with Pavin Smith coming back, what that roster move is going to be, and just some of the other moves that they have to make. Because let me tell you, they're going to have to make another roster move here in a little bit when Jordan Lawler comes back. They're going to have to make a roster move here in a little bit when Lourdes Gurriel comes back. They're going to have to make a roster move when James McCann comes back. And that's just on the hitting side. When Corbin Burns comes back, there's a 40-man and a 26-man move that needs to be made. The same goes for A.J. Puck when he comes back. They're going to have to remove somebody from the 40-man and then also remove somebody from the big league roster. So this was just the first of what's going to be a couple of roster moves. And it was Tim Tawa yesterday, who was the unfortunate result of Pavin Smith being activated. I think Jorge Barrosa could be the candidate next time around. I unfortunately think Jose Fernandez is a candidate to go down when some of these roster moves. Because here's what I think. Ryan Walshman's not going anywhere. I don't think Tommy Troy is going anywhere right now. Do we agree on that? I know it's early. I know it's small sample, but
I think that's correct on both.
I think we're keeping Tommy Troy, right? Ketel Marte, obviously. Corbin Carroll, obviously. Perdomo, obviously. Arenado, obviously. I think you're looking at 4 guys right now on the offensive side, but if a roster move needed to be made, could be up for consideration. Ildemaro Vargas, Aramis Garcia, Jose Fernandez, Jorge Barrosa. And if you wanted to throw Adrian Del Castillo in there because they want to get him regular ABs, you can throw him in there as well. You got 5 guys that I think are potentially on the chopping block if and when certain guys come back. Like, for example, if Pavin Smith's going to come back and be the everyday DH as a left-hander, Adrian Del Castillo isn't going to play a whole lot.
Correct.
So he feels like a move that you could make when Jordan Lawler comes back. You can send ADC down, get him regular ABs. And oh, by the way, Jordan Lawler. Oh, no. I don't know where my Jordan Lawler drop is. That's a huge problem.
Oh, no.
Okay, I found it. The old page I still kept for moments just like that, but that's not on either of the new pages that we created. He's playing in games.
Yes, he is. So and then AJ Puck will pitch today and Friday.
Okay, so
and then we'll pitch probably once or twice next week, and then the following. So like that mid-June is when we should see AJ Puck back.
So Adrian Del Castillo for Jordan Lawler feels like a move you can make, right? And then Lawler can slide into the outfield. And then when James McCann comes back, if and when he comes back, Aramis Garcia can get sent down, and okay, we're kind of cleaning up our bench a little bit. What do you do when Gurriel comes back? Is that where Fernandez goes down? Although then you don't have an infielder. You kind of like Jose Fernandez and his ability to play a bunch of different positions on the diamond. You like that flexibility. Barossa, defensively, you like him as well. These are some of the tough decisions. And we talked about it yesterday with Brandon Pfaadt, but when A.J. Puck comes back, that's going to be a roster decision that needs to be made. And I don't know who you're going to really send down. Guys with options are Juan Murillo, Brandon Garcia, and Brandon Pfaadt. Those are the guys who have minor league options to where you can send them down. Do you really want to send down Juan Murillo right now? Do you want to send down Brandon Garcia right now? Or would you rather have two lefties for Torey Lovullo to use? I would rather have two lefties. So that's where you can get into the Brandon Pfaadt conversation. Then when Corbin Burns comes up, that's another move that's going to have to be made. So this is just the beginning. Yesterday, you see 3 moves in one graphic. This is just the start of the Diamondbacks getting healthy, the Diamondbacks having a bunch of guys who are performing, and they're going to have to make some tough decisions. And this bench right now, the way it looks, Adrian Del Castillo, Aramis Garcia, Jose Fernandez, Jorge Barossa, it's going to look a lot different here in a couple of weeks.
A lot different. And it's going to have to. It's going to have to look a lot different.
I just don't know. I mean, you just have so many decisions to make. With Lawler, with Gurriel, just a lot of decisions to be made on the hitting side of what you want your bench to look like. You're going to have a backup catcher. I think you're going to want to have a utility infielder. A lot of different moves that this team can make to craft the best 26, the best 13 on the offensive side for them to roll into games like tonight against the Dodgers. Michael Soroka goes tonight for the Diamondbacks. Eric Lauer going for the Dodgers, the second game of that 4-game series. 480-864-1060. That is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also join us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream where Coach says a mysterious injury bug is about to hit the locker room. Now, by the way, clubhouse, not locker room. I don't want to, get all elitist on you, but in baseball, it's a clubhouse. I don't think the Diamondbacks will need to do that.
That was so elitist.
Usually,
that was so elitist.
I'm sorry, but it's a clubhouse. It's not a locker room. It's a clubhouse. It's a locker room in every other sport. In baseball, they call it a clubhouse. If you went in there and said, oh, how does the locker room feel? You'd probably get corrected by the manager or by a player. So I'm just doing it here amongst friends. I think they have some pretty clean moves to be made, right? I think with Pavin Smith up, that kind of makes Adrian Del Castillo somewhat expendable in terms of, hey, I don't know where he's going to fit in every day. He's not really going to play behind the plate. He's not going to be one of our DH options because we got Pavin Smith back. We're getting some power back in Gurriel and Jordan Lawler here pretty soon. So it does feel like he can be the guy that moves. That's a clean move. When McCann comes back, Garcia can go down. Again, those are clean moves. It's what do you want your bench to look like? Do you want to hold on to a Jose Fernandez type because he can play multiple different positions on the diamond? Or does Tommy Troy fill that role and then Fernandez goes to Reno, where Tommy Troy is technically a bench player, but he's playing every day because he's rotating around to give guys days off? It's all about your roster construction, the flexibility that you want to have, and the versatility that some of these young guys have, right? Waldschmidt can play a couple different outfield positions. Tommy Troy can play in both the outfield and the infield. That's, I think, valuable to a team when roster spots are at a premium, right? I think having somebody who can play a bunch of different spots, that's why I think Tommy Troy's not going anywhere, because of the versatility that he has. And he can play the outfield, although he had a misplay last night. He can play the infield. They can do different things with him. So there are things that this team can do that are relatively easy. I think the pitching stuff is actually where it gets a little bit more challenging for them. But those things are a little further off. Those things are a couple of weeks down the road. When we come back, the Suns, they took care of something relatively easy. It's always good to take care of the easy stuff first. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Bob Dylan in person. One night only. June 23rd, Arizona Financial Theater. Bob Dylan. Plus Lucinda Williams and her band. And the John Doe Folk Trio. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Bob Dylan Live, plus Lucinda Williams and her band, and the John Doe Folk Trio. Show starts promptly at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a diamond sourcing expert, I'll tell you just how differently we source our diamonds so your engagement ring can be the most beautiful. We work directly with our diamond partners who reserve the best stones just for us. We handpick and inspect each diamond, then negotiate the best price. At Shane Company, we believe this is the only way to properly buy a diamond, because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsub.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
At Banner Health, we don't wait for the future. We build it. We're finding new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with a patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. It's no small work. But to us, it's just another Banner day. Banner Health.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Green flag goes in the air.
Returns to the Irish Hills of Michigan.
Joey Logano has. He spun, he slapped the wall, and this was part of the gamble. Caution flag is out.
Where the Heritage Trophy is once again on the line.
Drift wide in the apex. Here he comes off turn number 4. He'll rocket off the corner to the start finish line.
It's the Firekeepers Casino 400.
This Sunday at 11 a.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
It was kind of a small thing. Went unreported mostly, but Bobby Marks shared it on social media that the Suns recently made Oso Ighodaro's contract for next season fully guaranteed. They didn't have to do it right away. They had until, I think it was sometime in January of 2027 to make that determination, but they decided to do it early. And I think it's a goodwill gesture by the front office, by Matt Ishbia, by Jordan Ott to do this because of how important Oso was. By the way, he's the only Sun to appear in every game they played last season. In all 82, appeared in every single one of them. So a workhorse in that regard. But because of the value that he brings, and here's the other thing that I'll say, and by guaranteeing his contract, I think it's like $2.3 million, the ultimate number. By doing this, it creates a little cost certainty for the Suns as they try to put together this roster for next season. But in general, players like Oso are really valuable to you as a team. And so you want to guarantee these contracts so that you have some cost certainty at a spot when you don't have a ton of wiggle room elsewhere on the squad. We've talked about how difficult we think it will be for them to keep Goodwin, Gillespie, and Williams this offseason and stay under the luxury tax, let alone the first apron, right? Like, it's going to be a challenge for them to stay below both of those thresholds, and I think they want to stay below both of those thresholds. I think if you asked them, Matt Ishbia would tell you that their preferred outcome for next year is to be under the luxury tax. Now, he'll tell you we want to field a competitive team. We want to continue to grow. We want to have the continuity. We know we're going in the right direction. We want to keep making decisions. I'm not going to allow money stand in the way of making those decisions. He'll say all of the right things, and I think he truly believes it. But they would love to find a way to do both. to build out a team next year that can build off of what last year's team did, while also staying under the luxury tax. And so when you have somebody like an Oso Ighodaro, who isn't a complete player, but he plays a role for you, there's a world where he's your backup center next season if Mark Williams goes somewhere else and you start Kaman Malawach, and Oso's playing significant minutes for this team. And so to be able to take care of something relatively easy, Oso Ighodaro is a player that you want around. Oso Ighodaro is a player that by fully guaranteeing his contract, it's not a ton of money that you're expending. It shows your faith, your trust, your belief in him as a player. That's good for team morale. It checks something easy off of the list. You now don't have to worry about it come next January, and it helps create a more clear picture. These are no-brainers. These are moves you make when you're a team like the Phoenix Suns. Now, it doesn't change the work that still needs to be done, right? Oso was always going to be a part of the plan. But when you get the easy stuff done, when you get the easy stuff out of the way, it allows you to focus on the hard stuff, right? Think about when you get to the weekend and you've got that long list of chores, a long list of things you have to do around the house, and you're just dreading it. You're looking at it and you're like, man, how am I going to do all of this on a Saturday? How am I going to get all of this done and still have time to do what I want to do this weekend? You start with the easy stuff. You get the momentum rolling. You get the ball moving in the right direction. You do the easy stuff. You take out the trash. You fold the laundry. You do the small stuff so that you can see some early wins and then build towards I got to fix the garage door opener. That's going to require some YouTube videos, some power tools. That's going to require some time. That is, for the Suns, bringing back Gillespie, bringing back Jordan Goodwin, bringing back Mark Williams, making those moves happen, staying under the luxury tax, maybe facilitating a trade of Grayson Allen, maybe facilitating a trade of Royce O'Neal, deciding what you want to do with the 47th pick in the draft later this month. Those harder decisions, the ones that require a little more thought, a little more planning, now you can focus all your bandwidth on that, and you have a clearer financial picture because you know what Oso Ighodaro is going to cost on the books. Again, this is a small thing, so we're just making sure we note it here on the program today. But it's an easy win for the team. It's the right thing to do. It's a good thing for Oso Ighodaro. It brings him some, makes him more comfortable here in Phoenix, and it allows Brian Gregory, Matt Ishbia, Jordan Ott, the powers that be, to focus on the harder decisions that they have to make. This is an easy decision. This is a no-brainer. It's the harder decisions where you want to be able to spend more time, where you don't have to be worrying about all the other stuff you didn't do. So they took care of this. It's a good thing for the Suns. It's weird not having basketball, right? Because we don't have a basketball game until tomorrow night.
It is so weird. All we have is the NHL tonight. Last night I was sitting down. I was like, I don't have anything to watch.
Well, you got the Diamondbacks, but
the 4 o'clock, because those games typically tip off before the Diamondbacks start.
There's something that you're
watching
watching
still have
first.
An hour 40 minutes until I get the Diamondbacks to start. Typically at 5, I can sit down. I have a game, and then I'm rolling into the start of the Diamondbacks. Not the case last night.
By the way, I just realized that we have a new drop that I didn't use there. What do we want the Suns to do? That was a perfect use for it.
No. It was missed opportunity.
Just utterly disappointing.
The one we found today, are you looking to save that one?
The one we found?
Yes.
I'm not looking to save it, but I'm trying to use it in
I won't play
the right moment,
Yeah.
That one I think packs some punch.
But yesterday, you could have walked around, gone on a walk, and
I have not missed anything. It's true. There wasn't a whole lot going on last night. Outside of the Diamondbacks, and they started at 6:40?
They started at 6:40. And I didn't even have the Phillies yesterday.
Oh, so you had an off day.
So I had an off day. I had a complete off day.
So you got home from the show and you're like, what do I do?
I don't even know what to do. So I played golf.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with playing a little golf. But now you got the Stanley Cup tonight. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow. So we're back. Just one little minor off day. Just wait till we get to the All-Star break for baseball. That's going to be rough. I don't know what we're going to talk about that week. It's going to do it for hour number 1 here of the program. We got a jam-packed hour number 2. Breakout candidates for the Cardinals. Will there be a lineup change for the Diamondbacks? But we start with a little buy or sell. We'll do it next. The lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Living in the desert, SRP customers have some great questions, like, can I lower my electric bill? The answer is absolutely. A great place to start is making sure you're on a price plan that works best for you. We also have programs to help you use less energy and save money. Plus, as a not-for-profit, SRP already keeps rates as low as possible. SRP, delivering water, power, and answers since 1903. Find ways to save at srp.net.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
Superstar Car Wash, the car wash with superpowers. Sign up for a free car wash today. That's right, totally free for a limited time. Because we love what makes you shine. See website for details.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
You're live.
All right, back here on the lunch break, hour number 2 of the program. For a little buy or sell. Hottest sports takes in the Valley. Producer Evan has them. I react to them. It's really that simple.
It is. It's always been that simple. And today it is that simple.
You want the beats?
I do, yeah. I was way out of sorts there. I don't know what happened.
You okay? You want to talk about it?
Yeah, so we'll start with turned on my mic too early, so I don't, and then I don't like
the play.
And then I hit the talk back button,
okay,
which to tell you you're live,
okay,
which I do.
Yeah,
so that may have gone out on the air.
So potentially you said over the air to me you're live.
You were live.
I mean that, in terms of radio, that's like a 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 issue.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. But then it just when I did that, I was like, oh,
yeah, it happens.
We went busto. Yeah. We went busto, and it just caught me off guard for a second. Now we're back, in which case I ask you buy or sell questions, starting with, that was the best win of the Diamondback season.
best win of the season. All right, hold on, because I'm not great at this unless I'm looking.
Here's what I think.
Hold on, don't poison the well. Don't influence my process here.
I'm not going to influence your process.
I'm sure you have a couple of games that immediately jump to mind for you. I just want to look here. Oh, I love that game. I love that game. I'm writing that one down.
Which game?
The 1-0 Scooble
Gallon
versus Gallon game. That was pretty good.
Gallon's only good start this year.
That finished off a sweep, too.
Yes, it
I
did.
don't know about that. His only good start of the year? Are you sure about that? If I go and check that, do you think that's going to bear out to be accurate? Probably. The win in extras in Baltimore. I mean, they went 11-2, but none of those games were like.
I know it's hard, and the reason.
The 6-2 win versus Toronto, the Carroll Grand Slam.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
I just think circumstantially, coming out of getting swept by Seattle to then play your division rival and then take the immediate first game where you got great pitching and you were down 1-0 for most of the game until you hit the solo homer. You get the first homer of Tommy Troy's career, and then you make it 4-1 and hold on against the division rival in the first of a 4-game set.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about Pittsburgh on May 5th? They had lost 4 in a row at that point, and they come back home and they win 9-0 against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's another big one.
By the way, not a surprise, Eduardo Rodriguez started that game. It's one of the ones you mentioned.
Yep.
The only game they won in that series, by the way. Yeah, you know what? That was pretty impressive last night.
That felt pretty good.
They had a couple of walk-offs, right? Cattell had a couple of walk-offs during this 11-2 stretch. Did they not?
Yes, they did.
So a couple of those in there. But no, it's always good to beat the Dodgers. By the way, their first win against the Dodgers this season. Because if you'll remember, they got swept to start the year, and everyone wanted to tell me that the season was over.
Tommy Troy will get consistent at-bats no matter what, whether it's with the big league club or in AAA.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's going to get consistent at-bats. I think he's going to stay on the big league club. I think they keep him over.
They're not going to give him a Lawler treatment. That's not consistent at-bats.
I would hope that we've learned our lesson from the Jordan Lawler situation last year.
I would
hope that everybody involved learned. And Torrey's kind of hinted at it, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Torrey's hinted at that wasn't the right strategy. So I think they've figured this out. Because I think what this is going to come down to is, do you keep Tommy Troy? Because let's back up. Let's rewind. Everybody's healthy. The starting outfield is Lawler, Waldschmidt, Carroll, right?
Yeah, correct.
What do you do with Gurriel? Just talking through this, what do you do with Gurriel when he comes back? Is he in a strict DH platoon with Pavin Smith? It's probably what you're doing. All right. Nolan's playing third. Perdomo's playing short. Marte's playing second. Who's playing first? Maybe you put Pavin at first.
Pavin.
And you DH Gurriel.
And you DH Gurriel, yeah.
Okay, so that we may be able to do that. And so now where does Tommy Troy fit into that whole scheme? Well, are you going to play Jordan Lawler every single day coming back from the wrist?
Probably not.
Are you going to play Ryan Waldschmidt every single day as a rookie?
No.
Are you going to play the guys that you have on the infield every single day?
No, probably not.
Are you going to play Lourdes Gurriel every single day at DH?
Maybe.
So I think there's a world where he can make 3 or 4 starts a week still.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know if that's enough.
You think he needs to play all 6?
5, 6. Like if he's only getting 3 starts a week, I think that's a problem.
In the minors, he's played second base, he's played shortstop, He's played left field. He's played center field. At the big league level, he's only played left. But he can play short. He can play second. So you've got options.
Certainly have options.
So I think he sticks around because of his flexibility and his versatility, and we see him every day. Because then there are days where you want to get Ketel a day off his feet so he DHs, and so then you can play Tommy Troy at second base.
Correct.
You know, there are days where you can DH Tommy Troy if you want. Like there's multiple different
options.
ways.
Yeah, you have options.
Okay, we're going to give Jordan Lawler a day off, so we're going to put Gurriel in the field. Ketel's going to DH. Troy's going to play second base, right? And that can be one version of it. So I think there's a way for him to play most days. With Lawler, it was tough because it was third or it was left field. But at that time, he hadn't really developed the outfield part of his game. Because if you remember, we said, hey, in Reno, play him in the outfield so that he can gain that versatility. He ended up working on that this winter and then played in spring and then has, developed into being one of the best outfield options the team has. So Troy's a little more versatile than Lawler last year.
I agree.
That helps, I think. And with Lawler, it was kind of hard to play him because he wasn't really hitting. Now, I think it was a combination of he wasn't playing enough to work through it, but also he was struggling. With Troy, you're seeing some results. So he's a bat you're going to want to keep in the lineup. So you probably find a way to get him in.
I think that's fair.
So I will buy that he stays on the big league level.
Mike Soroka will continue and build on his great month of May with another quality start against the Dodgers tonight.
Oh, quality. So you're asking me. So the situation that you have put me in right now is you're asking me.
Will Mike Soroka have a quality start tonight? I gave you that he had a great month of May where he posted a 1.78 ERA.
But just so we're clear, generationally bad run right now for me. Like a stretch as
you did buy that Eduardo Rodriguez would have a quality start last night. And by the way, congratulations, way to be back on the board. You don't have to do the whole thing, but you did hit a take a note yesterday.
I did. What did I hit?
A.J. Brown will be a Patriot.
Oh, that's right. We're back. We're back. But I'm on a generationally bad run. And the tide may be turning a little bit. You know what? You've swayed me. I've got a couple that are going my way. Quality start tonight, Michael Soroka.
Love that. Love that. That makes me feel great. Jacoby Brissett will not start a game for the Cardinals this year.
No, he as of this moment, as we sit here.
Is there any chance he wouldn't start week 1 but could get starts later in the year?
No. If he is on this roster, he is the week 1 starter. And as we sit here on June 2nd at 12:12, I think he shows up on Monday or next week and he's the starter.
You think he's the starter?
I do.
I think that's fair.
Because, and by the way, I believe he represents himself, Jacoby Brissett. He does not have an agent. Man. So it's not like there can be an agent that can get in his ear and say, hey, dude, showing up's probably the best thing to do here. We don't have a lot of leverage. So that is the one thing that may throw the brakes on everything I just said. I know he negotiated the 2-year deal that he signed with the Cardinals by himself. So I don't think he's gotten an agent in that time.
Yeah.
So if he's representing himself, maybe he decides to just take this to the extremes. But I think he's going to show up. I do.
Yesterday was the craziest day of NFL trades I can remember.
It was the day the Jets traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams within a span of a couple of hours at the trade deadline, like last year.
Yeah, that's true.
That was in season. The hauls were massive. Multiple firsts flying all over the place.
All in all, the haul, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the thing here. Does not matter if they win the Super Bowl. On paper, and anything I said does not matter if they win the Super Bowl. On paper, a first, second, third, and verse
yes,
is a lot.
It's a good thing that you bring this up because we didn't get a chance to touch on that. There's also a second and a third in this deal as well. Now, they're spaced out over a couple of years. But, yes, the Browns have a lot of day 2 picks over the next couple of years.
Love what the Brownies are building.
I think those out there, I've been saving this take. I didn't want to go here yesterday, but I'm going to do it now. Because you know what? I'll use the drop as well. But it is my job to give you my opinion. And my opinion is that this deal isn't as good for the Rams as people are making it out to be. And I think it's because...
Now, again, it does not matter if they win this year.
Of course. It's because I think we're being a little disrespectful to Jared Verse. I don't think we're recognizing how good of a player Jared Verse is. Now, Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett. I will grant you that. But Jared Verse is really good. And so how much of an upgrade is it really? Because, again, I think we're being disrespectful to Jared Verse. I looked at these numbers earlier today, and I'm going to try to do the thing where in real time I try to find them again, which is always a disaster for me. But I think it was in total pressures. Myles Garrett was 1, and, Jared Verse was tied for 10th. They were both top 10 in pressures last year.
Yeah, Jared Verse only had the 7.5 sacks.
Okay, so you got to look beyond. You got to look beyond just the raw production numbers.
No, I know. Now I got to be honest with you. There is no stat I hate more in football than pressures.
Okay, Myles Garrett had 53 pressures last year. It led the league. Jared Verse had 36. He was tied for 10th.
Yeah.
Yes, Myles Garrett playing this game on a different level, but Jared Verse, a top 10 player last year in that regard.
I don't disagree. Now, Myles Garrett had one more pressure in every game.
Jared Verse was 4th in quarterback knockdowns last year. Jared Verse was, I got to find him. He was 26th in hurries. But he was just a really good player. And I just think we're being a little disrespectful to who Jared Verse is.
I don't know if it's disrespect towards Jared Verse. I think Myles Garrett is by far and away the best player on the defensive side of football.
Again, I'm trying to
have so yesterday you had a team that has the MVP trade for the defensive player of the year.
Again, I'm trying to have a nuanced sports take here, which is kind of hard to come by in 2026. I understand why the Rams traded Myles Garrett. I just think Jared Verse is a really good player, and the Browns did awesome here.
This is a great return for the Browns. What the Browns did yesterday is you could sit down and argue the Browns won this trade.
Okay, all right. How about I want to do it this way? Jared Verse is what percent of a player of Myles Garrett? Is he 75% the player that Myles Garrett
70.
is? He's 70% of the player Myles Garrett is. So I got 70% of the player Myles Garrett is. I saved all that money. I got a first-round pick. And I got 2 more day 2 picks. That makes up the other 30%.
Code with a great point. They Verse is going to be great in that clubhouse.
I don't like the play.
Nice job.
No.
I liked it.
You think he's been sitting on that for?
Oh yeah.
Since I
do, and I think he pulled it out at the perfect time.
You think that was the perfect time? You don't think we've got 42 more minutes in the show? You don't think I'll set him up better than that?
No, because we're talking about the trades, new addition to a locker room.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. He's probably sitting on that for a while.
All right, you want to get to the next one? My last one for you?
Sure.
A.J. Brown will have 1,000 yards in his first year in New England.
Didn't we? We did this, didn't we? We had to have done this because I remember yelling at you and saying no.
That was DJ Moore.
Was it? I thought it was A.J. Brown.
No, that was DJ Moore. A.J. Brown hasn't been traded because I told you he was going to be a Jag for a long time, so there's no way I would have given you this one.
Are you sure?
Yes. We can ask the chat. The argument was about DJ Moore.
No, I remember the argument about DJ Moore.
You don't think he'll have 1,000 yards? I'm taken back by you saying he won't have 1,000 yards.
Give me the take again.
that A.J. Brown will have 1,000 yards more. I would love that.
I'll take the under.
I would be sad for him, honestly.
I mean, we have been trending downward each of the last 4 years. 1,496 yards in 2022, 1,456 yards.
All right, we can't call that trending downwards. That's not fair.
He's down 40 yards from 22 to 23. In 24, he was down to 1,079 yards. And then last year,
didn't play all the games, right?
He played 13 games.
Or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Played in 13 games. Then last year, 1,003. His yards per game have gone down each of the last 4 years. 66.9 yards per game last year. I'll take the under.
Okay. Take the under on 1,000 yards. That's all I got for you.
There you have it. Buy or sell here today on a Tuesday. When we come back, is a lineup change incoming for the Diamondbacks? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Myles Garrett getting traded. It certainly felt like there was something. A guy who said he wanted out, then you paid him to stay, then he restructures his deal. The new coach comes in, hasn't met with Myles Garrett, and then all of a sudden he gets traded. I give the Rams credit, and I still would have been all in on a wide receiver, skill position player, because if you're all in to get Myles Garrett, be all in to get another weapon here.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Hey, it's Audrey from the Dave and Mahoney Show, and I want you to make sure that you're not letting gas prices stop you from having a clean and healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfort affordable with powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Vacuuming is not sufficient to maintain the cleanliness and lifespan of your carpet, period, full stop, especially if you've got a bunch of kids and a bunch of pets, and if you are a shoe wearer in the house. Listen, I'm not judging, but especially if you are a shoe wearer, do not leave deep cleaning to yourself with DIY dirt-attracting carpet-soaking machines. No picking up equipment from the store and returning it back later. With DIY machines, there is no possible way to extract all that dirty water out of the carpet, and it gets stuck in the mats underneath your carpet, and it makes it even smell worse, honestly. Zero Res uses their platinum-rated cleaning system that safely and effectively removes all of the deeply embedded nasty dirt, dander, and bacteria. And they have big summer savings for 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $129 and $499 per system for air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResPhoenix.com or call 480-507-2419 and ask for the KDUS special.
Santana Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond with very special guest, Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
A bean and cheese burrito for $1. In this economy? Hell yeah. Del Taco's new Get a Lot for What You've Got value menu has over 10 items, like the value bean and cheese burrito with red or green sauce for, you guessed it, $1. Del Taco is winning the value game with some of your favorite items, like the snack taco, mini shakes, and the $1 value bean and cheese burrito. Did we mention it was just $1? I know, we can't believe it either. Get to Del Taco today. Hell yeah. Price and participation may vary.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. The Rams have never been shy about pushing their chips to the center of the table, and they're doing it again. Earlier this offseason, L.A. sent a first-round pick to Kansas City to acquire all-pro corner Trent McDuffie. Now they've doubled down, sending star edge pass rusher Jared Verse, a first-round pick, additional draft picks to land Myles Garrett. It's not a move for the future. The move was made by a team focused on winning now. Losing Verse is significant. Young, productive, still playing on a rookie deal. But the Rams are operating on a different timeline with Matthew Stafford at quarterback. As promising as Verse has been, he's totaled 12 sacks over the past 2 seasons. Garrett has 13 sacks in a 4-week stretch last year and went on to break the NFL's single-season sack record. Rams understand the risk. They also understand the championship windows don't stay open forever. Right now, LA is betting that proven greatness is worth more than future potential. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. They can't stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m., though. They can help you sell, they can help you market, and they can help you hire in one place. They cannot help you be in 3 places at one time, though. And while they can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business at LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/Dan Patrick Show.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Will there be a change in the Diamondbacks lineup? Torey Lovullo being asked the question about the struggles of Geraldo Perdomo and asked if a change to the top part of the lineup could be something that we might see here over the next couple of days. And Torey didn't want to say yes, didn't want to say no, but very clearly hinted towards the idea of making some type of change to the lineup and maybe moving Geraldo Perdomo out of the 3 spot. And this gets into a little bit of the nerdy territory.
I'm a huge nerd.
In lineup construction and the way modern baseball lineups are put together. And I tried to do this morning. But I'll tell you, producer Evan, I had a tough time finding a clear replacement for Perdomo in the 3 spot. Now, modern baseball tells you take your best hitters, you hit them 1, 2, and 3. Because over the course of a 162-game season, those guys are going to get the most at-bats. Those are the guys that you want getting the most at-bats. So you take your 3 best hitters, you put them 1, 2, and 3. Maybe you prioritize the on-base guy in the leadoff spot so that your run producers in the 2 and the 3 spot can drive that person in. But you take your 3 best hitters and you put them in the top of the lineup. That's what you do. You maybe sometimes go left. You don't necessarily balance. You take your 3 best hitters, you put them at the top of the lineup. And so if Geraldo Perdomo is coming out, who do you put into that spot? The answer is probably Nolan Arenado, right? That's probably the guy.
I don't know who else it would be.
And that's the problem, right? Pavin Smith just got back. Not going to be him. It's not going to be Gabby Moreno. I don't think it's going to be one of the youngsters. I don't think it's going to be either Ryan Waldschmidt or Tommy Troy. I don't think that Torey Lovullo wants to put that type of burden on those players. Certainly not Tommy Troy, who's been here for all of 5 minutes.
Correct. I can't see that.
So he's out. Tommy Troy. Ryan Waldschmidt's out. It's not going to be Ildemaro Vargas. It's not going to be Gabby Moreno. We're moving Geraldo Perdomo. We're kind of running out of options here to where the only person it can be is Nolan Arenado. Now, Nolan's hitting really well. So do you really want to mess up?
That's another question is, do you want to move him in the lineup?
Do you want to move him when he's hitting as well as he's hitting right now, or do you want to just leave it and kind of work around him? And that's why I don't think it's a very easy answer for Torey to have, because sure, ideally you would move Perdomo out of the 3 spot with the struggles that are going on right now. And I think what you should do is you put him back in the 9 spot, right?
I think that's, yeah.
Because that's where he kind of got his career turned around a little bit a couple of years ago.
Correct.
Being that second leadoff guy. So you put him back in a role that he's comfortable in.
I think that would be the best decision.
It's an important role for him, right? You don't play this game where you decide, oh, we're going to hit him 5th, 6th. You put him in that second leadoff spot to lead into Marte and Carroll at the top of the lineup, and so you're going to move everybody else up. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that he's been here for all of, I said Tommy Troy was 5 minutes, 15 minutes, I would maybe see if Ryan Waldschmidt can handle being the 3-hole hitter. But I just don't see this team putting a rookie in that spot.
Yeah, neither do I.
Because they like to have balance, right? They like to have balance.
They always have.
They like to have balance in their lineup. So if we try to build this out, you're going to have Marte. You're going to have Carroll. So I've got a switch hitter and I got a lefty. You've had Jerry in there who is a switch hitter, so you can neutralize the platoon.
Correct.
If you put Nolan there, now you have a righty. Who do you put in the 4 spot? Do you put Smith there?
Probably.
So Pavin's going to move up to the 4 spot. That feels like that's asking a lot of him coming back from injury.
It's just too soon to ask that of him.
But you see how the simple statement of they need to move Geraldo Perdomo out of the 3-hole all of a sudden spawns a whole bunch of different talking points. I mean, let's just look at, I'll just look at basic numbers. Gabby Moreno's hitting 258. Ildemaro Vargas, it's down to 291. He's trending in the wrong direction. Ryan Waldschmidt's hitting 284. Tommy Troy is hitting 318. Again, 25 plate appearances for Tommy Troy, 82 plate appearances so far for Ryan Waldschmidt. Pavin Smith's had 10 plate appearances this year. So you put Smith there. Okay, who's hitting in the 5 spot? You just going to keep Gabby there because that's where he's been?
I think that's the correct move.
Okay, so Moreno's going to hit 5th. You move Vargas hits 6th. He's a switch hitter. And then you go Waldy,
Troy,
and then Jerry.
So read it back to me.
Sure. Ketel Marte.
Correct.
Corbin Carroll.
Nice.
Nolan Arenado. Pavin Smith. Gabby Moreno. Ildemaro Vargas. Ryan Waldschmidt. Tommy Troy. Geraldo Perdomo.
I don't hate it. Now, it's not my favorite, and my biggest problem there is, again, you're asking a lot of Pavin Smith to hit 4th. But I don't hate it.
Like last night it was Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, Nolan, Smith, Moreno, Vargas. It was Barossa instead of Waldschmidt, and then it was Tommy Troy. Nolan was also banged up for a couple of days, but he's hit in the 4 spot a lot. I got to tell you, I think I would just give Waldschmidt some run at the 4 spot.
Why not?
I would go Marte, Carroll, Nolan, Waldy, Pavin, Gabby, Vargas, Troy, Perdomo.
I like that.
Although they could just move Perdomo down to the 6th spot if they wanted to, if they don't want to put him down. I mean, I'm suggesting putting him back in the 9th spot because it's a place where he's had a bunch of success before, and he can still be a central piece to this offense and play a very important role. We know how much the Diamondbacks love that second leadoff guy.
They love the second leadoff guy.
Right? They've had Tommy Troy down there. They've had Waldschmidt down there. They've kind of liked that. Perdomo was that before he was just hitting the cover off the ball.
And at that point, is that where he's most comfortable?
Right. Am I putting him in a place where he's going to feel comfortable? Or
because in all honesty, it wasn't like he was struggling as soon as they moved him up.
No. I mean, he was an MVP
He was unbelievable last year.
And so this is where Torrey has to read the room and say, if I move him to the 9 spot, is that going to break him mentally maybe a little bit more than what he's already going through? Or
and you just can't have that.
Right. And so that's where this is where I will defend Torrey. He's really good at knowing those answers. He's really good of knowing his clubhouse, knowing the personnel, knowing the emotional, mental state of all of his guys, knowing what move may or may not upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
So he'll know, man, if I move him down here, I'm going to lose him. Like, he's not going to take well to that. And that's why I think he was very delicate in his answer yesterday when asked about it, because he said, I want to have a conversation with Perdomo about it. He's not going to do anything without talking to the player first. So I'll be interested to see. I mean, they face Eric Lauer tonight. It's Ohtani tomorrow, and then it's Robleski on Thursday. So it's 2 righties on the backside, and it's a lefty tonight.
Yeah.
We may see a different lineup tonight. But you got to be careful because you don't want to.
Also know that I was reading this morning, Arenado has crushed Lauer.
So maybe that's your excuse to
So
move
maybe
him
that's
up?
your excuse to move him up.
Because I want to get more
Let me
at-bats.
find the numbers.
I want more at-bats against Eric Lauer. Okay.
Yeah, Arenado has 27 at-bats against Eric Lauer, so like a decent enough sample size.
Yeah, right. It's not a huge sample size, but it's not, 6 at-bats.
Yeah, so he's hitting 296 with an 1,100 OPS, 4 homers, 7 RBIs.
And sometimes a manager kind of needs those types of numbers to justify a decision that they've always wanted to make.
Yeah, and the 2 guys that I would say have more sustained at-bats, like Ketel Marte is 21. Again, not a huge sample, but he is 21. He's hitting 381.
Yeah, but you're not, he's going to be.
He's hitting leadoff.
Right.
Period.
You're not touching the top part of this.
No. But if there was a night you were going to move up Arenado,
this would be the night to do it, right? This is kind of the.
You can argue that he is the success against Lauer. He's seen him more than anybody on the team.
Yeah, I think it's a great point that you can use that as your justification to say, I'm going to. And maybe it's just you flip him for tonight.
Yeah, you should have him hit 4.
A small change, right? So you don't completely move Perdomo down the lineup. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. They're discussing it. It's been brought up. Torrey has addressed it. And with the struggles that Perdomo is having, I do wonder if a move comes, and tonight may be, with this matchup, the perfect kind of excuse to end up doing that. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, we mentioned a story yesterday that listed Will Johnson as a breakout candidate for the Cardinals. Are there any other breakout candidates that we should be paying attention to? We'll talk about it next. The Lunch Break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. For many listeners, a criminal record can feel permanent. Thankfully, Arizona law allows convictions to be set aside and civil rights, including Second Amendment rights, to be restored. For the hundreds of listeners we have assisted to date, the results have been life-changing. If you're ready to find out what's possible for yourself or a loved one, we can help. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
Chicago, Stick, the Windy Cities Tour. Finally, 2 iconic bands together for the first time. September 1st, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Chicago and Sticks. All the hits. Your kind of tour.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
In Arizona, we expect big things. The Grand Canyon, wide open skies. And now there's Jumbo Buck Scratchers from the Arizona Lottery. They're bigger than big. They're jumbo. They've got jumbo prizes up to $1 million, jumbo bonus multipliers, and a jumbo promotion with $2 million in Players Club prizes with a grand prize of $1 million. So go for big. Go for jumbo and play Jumbo Buck Scratchers today. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
This summer at Disneyland, kids rule! Let's go!
First, we're going on all the best rides. Like Radiator Springs Racers. Oh, it's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We want to get soaked. Yeah! We want to do everything. Play Keepy Uppy with Bluey and Bingo. Dance with Mickey and Minnie. Oh, and Darth Vader will be there this summer.
Impressive.
I want to get the biggest scoop of ice cream. We're definitely staying up late for fireworks. Stay up late! Stay up late!
And this summer, kids can visit with a special $50 ticket offer. For a limited time, children ages 3 to 9 can visit both Disneyland Resort theme parks from May 22nd to September 7th for $50 per child with a one-day park hopper ticket. Visit Disneyland.com for details. It's Kids Rule Summer.
At the happiest place on earth.
The NASCAR Cup Series. Green flag goes in the air. Returns to the Irish Hills of Michigan.
Joey Logano has. He spun, he slapped the wall, and this was part of the gamble. Caution flag is out.
Where the Heritage Trophy is once again on the line.
Drift wide in the apex. Here he comes off turn number 4. He'll rocket off the corner to the start-finish line.
It's the Firekeepers Casino 400.
This Sunday at 11 a.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Hey, make sure you download the KDUS AM 1060 app. You can listen for your chance to win 4 tickets when the Diamondbacks take on producer Evan's favorite team, the Washington Nationals, at Chase Field this Saturday, June 6th, 1:10 p.m. Also happens to be a Corbin Carroll 30-30 mystery bobble afternoon at the ballpark. The first 25,000 fans will receive a bobblehead. We've got your chance to win 4 tickets to the game when the Diamondbacks take on the Washington Nationals. Producer Evan will be in attendance Saturday, June 6th, 1:10 p.m.
Wrong.
No, you're not going to be there. Not going to be there.
I won't be there.
It's your favorite team. I thought you would have tickets.
Wrong.
I thought you'd have tickets for all 3 games of the series.
Not my favorite team. Not my favorite team.
I mean,
they're not even my Panthers equivalent.
They absolutely are.
No, it's the A's.
Not lately. Last week or two, it's been all about the Washington Nationals. Hasn't been about the A's. So I just figured you would be in attendance. I guess not.
And that's this weekend.
That is this weekend, yes.
Yeah, I won't be there. I'll be there on Thursday.
Are you going to the Thursday game?
It's a night game, believe it.
I thought it was. I was like, wait a second. Usually those are day games. I mean, it would be really funny if it was a day game, and you're just not going to do the show.
It's a 6:40 start.
Would have been funny. You should have just called in. Although I don't know if you could do that. That might get us in trouble. We probably shouldn't even suggest that. Well, I don't know.
Why? Calling in from the stadium doesn't matter.
You just can't do play-by-play. That's the only
Who
thing.
knows? Yeah. I wouldn't do play-by-play. I would just call it.
Yesterday on the show, we talked about an ESPN story that was 100 things with 100 days to go to the start of the NFL season. And we mainly focused on the fact that one of the 10 best bets as part of this story, the first best bet listed, was the Cardinals win total under 4.5. Break out the whiteboard. Yes. In fact, that is exactly where that drop is from yesterday. You know, I was wondering how we were going to use that. It's a great use of it. My favorite part of it is it sounds like I'm screaming.
Because you're across the room.
Across the room getting the whiteboard, and you just hear me go, break out the whiteboard. Because I was considering for a moment taking the over on the 4.5. And I will say, still taking it under advisement. I'm considering it. But a lesser talked about part of that story was Will Johnson being named one of the year 2 players that could be in line for a breakout. And so I wanted to take that a step further here today and talk about other breakout candidates for the Cardinals next season. And I think there's a couple different ways you can do this. I mainly focused on candidates who haven't had huge seasons yet and who are flying under the radar. Like I think picking Marvin Harrison Jr. as a breakout candidate for next season isn't really the spirit of this conversation. He was a highly drafted player, top 5 pick. he's shown flashes. So I don't know if that's in the spirit of a breakout player. Maybe it is. Maybe he would be on a list.
I think now you can, just because of how bad it's been.
I've got two names that I don't think are going to shock you, but two names of breakout players that I think if they break out could make it to where the Cardinals win more than 4.5 games. I truly believe if these two players have breakout seasons, we can be talking about a team where break out the whiteboard, the Cardinals hit that over. And it's Walter Nolan and it's Darius Robinson. It is two recent first-round picks by the Arizona Cardinals, mid to late first-round picks from the Cardinals the last couple of years, that I think if they break out, completely change how I view this defense. Because right now you look at the defense and you feel like it's lacking a little bit. You worry about, outside of Josh Sweat, how they're going to be able to get after the quarterback. And that's assuming that Josh Sweat is even here next season. And you look at the investment that this team made in the first round into Darius Robinson, into Walter Nolan, and so far the returns have been zero. We went bust up. Nothing. You've got nothing from those players. I'm not giving up on those players. I'm not saying those players can't turn into something. You just haven't gotten anything from those players thus far.
Not at all.
And so if those two guys break out, you have a deeper defensive line. You have a more versatile defensive line. You have different ways to get after the quarterback. You can rush from the outside. You can rush from the interior. You can move those guys along the defensive line. It creates more pieces on the chessboard. And that is the thing that I look at this defense right now, and I think they are lacking. They are lacking multiple good options to pressure the quarterback. And so, yes, we can talk about Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, we can talk about Will Johnson, but Darius Robinson and Walter Nolan, two very important pieces to the success of this team, because if those guys play to their first-round pedigree and to being first-round draft picks, you've now got a well-rounded defense that should be able to do a much better job of pressuring the quarterbacks in the NFC West.
100%. And this is going to be a really big test for this defense, because let's not sugarcoat it. With how they played in the NFC West last year, it went poorly.
And they kept the defensive coordinator.
And they didn't make a lot of changes on the defensive side of the ball.
Correct.
And so
they're telling you that they think Darius Robinson and Walter Nolan are breakout candidates.
Yes.
The team is telling you that with their actions.
That's exactly what I said. They believe those players that they've drafted over the last few years, those changes that they've made, have to be better. And they're going to put that test to be better this time around. They have to be better. There's no ifs, ands, or buts anymore.
Well, if this team's going to be respectable defensively,
correct.
Yes. There is a world where those two guys don't pan out, and they are bad picks by Monty Ossenfort. But if this team wants to have a respectable defense, if they want to be competitive defensively, it's going to require those guys to be
100%
good. That's the floor. They just got to be good players. And Walter Nolan, to his credit, when he first got action coming off of the injury, he flashed.
Yes.
Just wasn't consistent enough. And again, with Darius Robinson, last year was kind of like Jonathan Gannon referred to it as year 1.5. Same thing can kind of be said for Walter Nolan. These guys haven't had the proper ramp up and build up to a season and have been able to continuity like we talk about with the Suns. They haven't had that.
Correct.
And so hopefully for Darius Robinson and for Walter Nolan, they can get that continuity going into this season and we see better results, because the Cardinals need better results.
They need better results.
Josh Sweat needs a running mate. And I criticize them for not signing an edge rusher in free agency. I criticize them for not drafting an edge rusher with one of their premium picks. But if you get more out of Darius Robinson and Walter Nolan, you can kind of make up for that lack of investment with your resources, because you can point to, no, we spent resources the last couple of years. We had to bring these guys along. This is why we didn't do it, because we believe highly in these guys. Okay, they've now got to go out there and produce.
And now you have to prove it.
They've got to show it. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've got one more before we hand things off to Jim Rome at the top of the hour. It is all of the stories that we didn't get to here today on the show. We call them the leftovers, and we will get to them next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Myles Garrett getting traded. It certainly felt like there was something. A guy who said he wanted out, then you paid him to stay, then he restructures his deal. The new coach comes in, hasn't met with Myles Garrett, and all of a sudden he gets traded. I give the Rams credit, and I still would have been all in on a wide receiver, skill position player, because if you're all in to get Myles Garrett, be all in to get another weapon here.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Weezer, The Gathering, live in Phoenix. Playing at Mortgage Matchup Center October 20th with special guests The Shins and Silver Sun Pickups. Get tickets now at livenation.com. 3 incredible bands for one night only. Weezer, The Shins, and Silver Sun Pickups. For more, visit Weezer.com.
If you're a fan of any sport on the planet, college or pro, then we are right where you want to be. The place to come when you want to have too much fun. Real sports fans need a sports book powered by Hard Rock Bet. Follow the money line to Twin Arrows and too much fun. Twin Arrows. The best indoor tailgate party in Flagstaff with massive HD screens, cold drinks, game time food specials, and best service is at Arrow Sports Bar. After the game, get back in the game at craps, blackjack, and slots. Now that's too much fun. The place to come when you want to have too much fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Okay, we're getting towards the end of it here, the end of the Tuesday edition of the show. One more before we hand things off to Jim Rome at the top of the hour. And it is all the stories we didn't get to here today on the show. We call them the leftovers. I don't want to say it's a abridged edition, but not as much time.
Wow, it is an abridged edition.
Well, not in the normal context of this program where I usually, if we're running late, give you like 3 minutes.
Yes.
I got
a couple minutes.
You've got 6 minutes. Now, yesterday, we spent the entire leftovers talking about Costco. So,
congratulations to you.
Producer Corey came in this morning, and he was like, I was trying to find a drop from there. And he goes, you're just going on and on. There wasn't a clean break for me to get something. I don't know what he's going to get from today's show.
I don't know either. I didn't think that he would get nice job from his.
Oh, this drop. Oh, sorry. I'm bad at my
nice job.
Yeah, I was bad at my job.
Nice job.
That's going to get used so much
That one and the I'm utterly disappointed.
Well, because the team's just utterly disappointing. When I said that, I wasn't anticipating it getting cut up as a drop, but I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I can't wait for picks. Break out the whiteboard. I can't wait for picks. I can't wait.
We never really perfected the whiteboard idea.
No. Break out the whiteboard. We'll do something with it.
We've
got to drop now. We got to do something with it.
Yeah.
You got to do something. We will. Don't worry.
Tonight, the Stanley Cup starts. Stanley Cup final. The Vegas Golden Knights will play the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 1 tonight at 8 p.m. I'm taking the Canes.
I'll take Vegas. To use the phrase, they look like a wagon.
Yes.
So I'll take them.
I think that's fair.
I mean, they made the Avs look like an AHL team.
They did.
So, I mean...
And it was like, I never thought they would dominate the Avs like that.
Right. So, I'll take them.
And NFL power rankings after all the trades yesterday.
The Rams number 1.
Wow. The Los Angeles Rams number 1.
I know. You know what? But it is my job to give you my opinion. And there you go. I got one right.
And are you ready for number 2?
Number 2. The Seattle Seahawks.
No.
The Patriots?
Yes. Absurd.
I mean,
absurd. The New England Patriots, with A.J. Brown, without A.J. Brown, are not going to win 10 games this year.
Break out the whiteboard. Really?
What's their under?
I think it's 10.5.
Problem is, and no.
The division deserves all the disrespect in the world. They get to play the Dolphins and the Jets 4 times a year. That's 4 wins right there.
No diss to your Jets.
No, the Jets have won once against the Patriots in the last 20 years of me being on this earth, okay?
Was that awesome?
There was a stretch of like 19 straight games where they didn't beat the Patriots. And they finally did. No, it wasn't great because look at where my team is now. It didn't turn into anything.
Yeah, but when you got that win, it was awesome.
It was pretty good.
It was probably awesome. Win totals, let's see, for the New England Patriots. So with the 4 built in,
With the 4 built in.
Over 10.5.
So you got to find 7 more wins. Let me look at their schedule. I'll see if I can find
And now we're going to do the thing for the Patriots.
Yeah, it's fine.
We did this for the Giants.
Yeah. I got to find 7 wins?
To find 7. All right. Week 1 loss in Seattle.
I would say.
You know what? Let's just do the game.
Okay.
Play the music.
Okay, hold on. That's different music. Hold on. Go ahead.
All right. In Seattle.
Loss.
Home against Pittsburgh.
Win.
On the road again in Jacksonville.
Win.
On the road in Buffalo.
Loss.
Home against the Raiders.
Win.
Home against the Jets.
Win.
Away against the Bears.
Loss.
Away against the Dolphins.
Win.
Home against the Packers.
Loss.
On the road in Detroit.
Win.
Okay.
I was going to give him one of them.
On the road in San Diego or LA.
Win.
Home against Buffalo.
Win. I split the Buffalo games.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Home against the Vikings.
Win.
We'll see how 9's playing.
Win.
On the road in Kansas City.
Loss.
Home against the Jets.
Win.
Home against the Broncos.
Win.
Home against the Dolphins.
Win. It's 12. It's 12.
That's 12.
12-5.
That's 12. They could lose 3 of that Packers, Lions, Chargers stretch.
They could. I gave them.
Maybe they get swept by the Bills. Who knows how Mendoza looks?
I mean, that's way.
I believe you gave
5.
them. You didn't give them the Jags one. I don't think they win against the Jags.
I gave him Jacksonville.
You gave them that win.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're not winning that game.
Of course they are.
In Jacksonville.
It's Mike Vrabel against an AFC South team. Of course they are.
It's a Sunday game at 1 in Jayville in September.
Well, that's why I didn't give him the Thursday game in Chicago. Short week on the road in Chicago. Probably starting to get a little chilly there October 21st around Halloween.
I think
you got to worry about the weather.
I think you got to worry about the weather in Jacksonville.
In September? No, it's going to be
hot.
No, it's going to be a balmy 82 at kickoff. It's going to be wonderful.
No chance. It's going to be hot.
You know what? Lock me in right now. 3-point play that week. Give me the Patriots. Just kidding. Don't lock me in. Break out the whiteboard. No, don't do that either. But I'm going to consider it.
You're not. The time we get there, no, you're not. I'll actually lock me in. 3-point play Seattle on opening night.
Okay. That's going to do it for us. Tuesday edition in the books. Jim Rome's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
AM 1060 KDUS